What's up, guys? It's Jake. On today's video, we are pulling apart the MR2's turbo. I know you don't exactly know much about the MR2. It's my daily. I know it's not a race car, but it is pretty sweet, and it's a turbo. And so we're going to be pulling that apart. So I'm pretty sure that my turbo is due for a rebuild, so that's why I am pulling it apart. I took the liberty of already pulling it off the car just because I didn't know how difficult it would be, but it was actually pretty simple, so hopefully I'll be able to video it going back on, because it's not bad because my car is modified. I got the parts. Today we gotta pull it apart. Okay, so many of you don't know, my MR2 has a 3rd gen 3S GTE, which means it comes with a CT20B turbo, which is better than a CT26 in my opinion. So to pull it apart, we have to pull these two nuts off. And what this clamp does right here is it actually holds the exhaust housing onto the central rotating housing assembly. No, the central housing rotating assembly. My bad. CHRA. So we got those nuts off. They're kind of a pain. They were stripped and rusted to crap, but I got them off. No problem. I'll just have to replace the bolts later. I'm actually doing this on the vise just because it makes it so much easier to hold the turbo while I hold the camera. And it's probably not the best idea to clamp, but it works. So I got that clamp off, and as you can see, that's kind of rusted together. So we're gonna see if we can gently break that. Just like that. Didn't even have to hit it. And in order to separate the compressor housing from the central housing rotating assembly, there is one of these. Okay, got that off. Thing slides out. Now, next part is it just comes out somehow. Hold on. I guess it kind of helps if you take your coolant lines off. Bam, just like that. Ta-da! Okay, next is there is a small nut right there, and then there is another one over here. So what you have to do is you gotta take these apart. I already broke them loose. It is actually left-hand thread. So it means lefty tighty, righty loosey. That was I didn't figure that out for a little bit. But you unscrew that. And the shaft comes off. Just like that. Bam! What? That's gorgeous. Okay, next, you're just gonna gently tap the shaft out. And there's the wheel. Okay, so once you pull this off, then you'll have all your bearings come out, and it'll look like this. This is in here, just like that, held in straight by a roll pin, and then under it there'll be another thingy in there. Right here, this is where the oil seal goes. So you gotta pop a new one on when you throw that back on. I got my kit right here, new bearings. So we're gonna throw that back together. Okay, got the C-clips in. Sorry, they're not C-clips. They're snap rings. Just like that, bam. As always, use quite a bit of lube going back together or you will have a pain in the butt. I got my new shaft. This is a steel wheel, so it's not gonna blow up after, what, 18 PSI, I think? So that slides down in there. I'm gonna throw some lube in there. To make sure our turbo doesn't go to crap after the first initial start. And then we need to get some lube on this shaft. Just like that, pops in. There is it's a little clip on the big bore that will snap in. Hold it in there. Make sure it spins nice and freely. Okay, so we're gonna get just like a tiny bit of red Loctite on there. And then we got our torque wrench set to 28 inch-pounds. And just like that, we got our turbo rebuilt. Now before we can throw the housings back on, we gotta go get this balanced. Okay, so we got the turbo rebuilt. I took it to Gillette Diesel in Bluffdale and we got it balanced. They also cleaned it, which is really nice. Shout out to them for doing an amazing job and doing it really quickly. I showed up at like 5:10 and expected them to do it the next day, but he like stayed and he was like, I'll get it done tonight. I was like, sweet. Only took him like 20 minutes. Also, I took my compressor housing to get powder coated by a good friend named Colin that he did a pretty good job. Okay, we got the compressor housing on. Had to give it a couple little love taps to actually get it in there, and also a little bit of lube. Got the snap ring on. Time to put the other housing back on. I got the exhaust housing on. I just got to get another bolt because it snapped on me because it's old and crap. And yeah, anyway, once I get that on, tighten that down, and it's ready to go back in. Okay, so I got the turbo in the car. Sorry I didn't get a tutorial of installing the turbo in the car. I had hurry at work, and so if you know vlogging, you know that videoing and installing parts on a car doesn't exactly work in a timely manner, and so I kind of just had to be quick. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like now. Bam! Look at that. That's gorgeous. Yes. I also got some stainless steel braided lines for my coolant feed and coolant drain. I did have to put new hoses on my coolant lines because they got so brittle that like I could just pull them apart and rip them by hand. So that's like, I was like, dang, that doesn't exactly work right. So far, that's probably all I'm gonna be doing this year. I mean, it's December, but hopefully in the spring, once it starts to warm up, I have a couple other projects I gotta get done to it. I gotta get a clutch, and then I also gotta do a timing belt and reseal the oil pump they start to leak, and this one's actually leaking kind of bad. It's a steady drip, which sucks. But this winter she'll probably be parked, and for the most part, which kind of hurts my heart because I love driving her. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I'll show you. Hold on. No, she's not lowered. But she is on the Bilstein Sports Struts, which I'm okay with for right now. But she will get lowered eventually, hopefully next year, and then get some good exterior mods. That'll be great. But that is all for this video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I appreciate it. Gription out, bruh.